Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. As Samantha said, this is a very timely and buzzword topic of AI. Sorry. I'm going to share my screen and then we'll get started. Let's see this window here. Oh, entire screen. Yeah, that's the one I want. That one. Can you guys see a blank screen? It should be a white screen and a green banner on the side. Great. You see what I'm seeing. If you're ready to get started, say ready. If you're ready to get started, say ready. Everyone's ready? You ready to go? Thumbs
Ready.
up. Ready. Great. I heard one ready, but that's okay. Everyone is on mute. All right. So let me I gotta get this set on my side. There we are. Okay. So my name is Darren Mann. I'm a certified speaker, trainer, and coach. I'm also PMP certified. I'm an AI consultant as well. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a gift. So I'm giving you 2 free books. The first book is called AI, A Small Business Guide to Growth and Efficiency. And the second book is a prompt guide. I'm going to teach you about prompts today. It's a prompt guide that talks about that book as well. And so I'll give you a few seconds to scan that QR code in. You can go ahead and do that. And while you're scanning the QR code in and entering your information, I'll ask you this question. What was your reason for coming to this session today? What do you want to learn from this session? So what was your reason for coming? And what do you want to learn? You can post that in the chat. And we'll just we'll get that, or you can even mention it if you want to come off mute. You can mention what is something that you want to take away from today's session. What's something you want to take away from it? I'll give you another opportunity to get the the books at the end as well. But for those that may have to jump off early, go ahead and take an opportunity to scan the QR code and get those books. All right. Okay. Everyone's probably had a chance to get those, so I'm going to move on and we're going to get into our presentation today. So thank you, Samantha, for the opportunity in Abbotsford Chamber of Commerce for having me today. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to show you how to unlock the power of AI for your business. So whether you're just starting out whether you're just starting out running your own business or simply curious about AI, you're in the right place. AI can significantly enhance your productivity and creativity. And it can also help you to save money and increase your productivity and save time as well, save time and money. So let's get into today's session. Who here has dabbled a little bit in AI? Have you dabbled a little bit in AI? By show of hands. Bev says that she has. Looks like pretty much everyone has. A few people have not, but that's okay. You're going to learn a lot in today's session, so don't fear. There's a lot to learn here in today's session. I have to keep 2 screens open. So I'm going to try to do one thing so I can see you guys and I can see my other screen as well. That'll make it much more interactive for everyone. Okay. All right, I can see everyone. Great. Okay. All right, you guys can still see the screen. It should say, what is ChatGPT? Okay, so I'd like to start off. There's a number of different tools, AI tools. There's ChatGPT, there's Perplexity, there's Gemini, there's so many different AI tools. But ChatGPT, I think, it encompasses a lot of what AI is all about. So we're going to start off with ChatGPT. So what is ChatGPT? You can post in the chat. What do you think ChatGPT is? What is ChatGPT? All right. Well, ChatGPT is developed by OpenAI, and it's a sophisticated AI model. Um, it engages in human-like conversations. So you can have conversations with ChatGPT. And that's the powerful thing behind it. It's not like you have to put in some special codes. You can actually ask it questions like you ask a human, and it will give you human-like responses back. Okay, it assists in tasks like machine learning. Now, machine learning is very important when it comes to AI. When you type in something in your browser, let's say you're using Google Chrome and you're using their search engine, you're going to type something in, it's going to give you a response back. With AI, with machine learning, is it will actually learn the way that you talk, the way that you interact with it, so it can learn from you. And what that means is you're not just typing something in and getting a response back. When you give a request to ChatGPT, it's going to learn to think like you, talk like you, so you can actually teach it. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in a little bit, but it's machine learning. Does that make sense to everyone? Looks like it is. I see some heads shaking. Good, good. All right. And think of AI, think of ChatGPT as a digital assistant ready to help you 24/7. Think of it in that way. I use it. So one of the things that I do is I use it as a coach. I use ChatGPT as a personal coach. So what I'll do during the week is I will journal sort of my wins for each day. And at the end of the week, I'll put it into ChatGPT and I'll say, okay, tell me some areas where I can improve. And it will actually spit out areas where I can improve in my, my daily, my daily tasks. So I'll do it for my business and I'll also do it for my work life as well. So you can use it for things like that. You can use it as a coach. And I'm going to show you some of those things here in a sec. So why should you care? Why should you care about ChatGPT? Well, number one is it will enhance your productivity. That's the first thing that you can use it for, is enhancing your productivity. Let me see here. Another thing that you can use it for is, I think I'm letting folks in as well. Another thing you can use it for is it assists in your learning. So let's just say that you want to learn something. Instead of having to go to a browser, you can actually type it into ChatGPT and you can learn that particular topic. And the next thing is it acts as a personal assistant. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but it does act as a personal assistant as well. Another use that I have for ChatGPT, another thing that I use it for is book summarizing. So I will, one of the things that I've been able to do is YouTube has free books. So you can actually go to YouTube, you can get the transcript of a book, and I have what's called a GPT, and I use that to summarize the book. So I don't have to read the whole book. I create a summary using ChatGPT. There's so many different uses for this tool, and I'm going to show you a few here in a second. So it can act as a personal assistant. Does anyone have any questions before we move forward? No questions? All right. So the information must be good. I can see you on the edges of your seats. That is good. Okay, so how to use ChatGPT? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to sign up at chat.openai.com. So you can use your Google Chrome browser, Edge, Firefox, whatever browser you have. You're going to type in chat.openai.com. That's how you're going to get to ChatGPT. If you have a phone, if you want to do it from your phone, you're going to download ChatGPT. And you can do that from your iOS App Store or your Google Play App Store just by typing in ChatGPT. Okay, that's how you download the app. All right, there are a number of features in ChatGPT, a number of features. There is DAL-E for image generation, DAL-E for image generation. And basically what you can do, and I'm going to show you this here in a second, you can actually create images from using ChatGPT just by telling it what type of image you want. There's plugins as well, and there's also advanced data analysis features within ChatGPT as well. Okay. Now, the importance of prompts. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about prompts and what prompts are. Um, prompts actually guide ChatGPT. So this is how we interact with it. This is how we talk to ChatGPT. Now, one of the things that's going to be very important for you to understand is that specificity is key with ChatGPT. You have to be very specific with it if you want to get good responses from it. Now, if you give it garbage in, it's going to give you garbage out. So garbage in, garbage out with ChatGPT. So crafting good prompts. The first thing that I said before is be specific and provide context. Provide context on what you're looking for. Be explicit, include explicit constraints when you're dealing with ChatGPT. This helps ChatGPT understand your needs and deliver accurate responses. So let's just go into ChatGPT, and I'm going to stop. We'll escape out of here. You should see a nice picture in the background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a browser so that you can see it on that screen over there. Okay. There we are. You should see a browser now. ChatGPT. Chat.openai.com is what I actually had you guys do. All right. Okay. Now, do you all see the ChatGPT window? It hasn't fully loaded yet. It says, what can I help you with? You see it? Thumbs up. Great. Okay. So I mentioned that you have to be specific with ChatGPT. If you give it prompts that are not that specific, it will not give you great results. So let me just show you what I mean by that. I'm just going to type in, and we'll stop that. I'm going to type in marketing tips. Okay, this is a very generic prompt, and I'm just going to type it in, and I'm going to just hit go. And so it's going to give me a very broad answer. So I've typed that in. It says, know your target audience, build a strong bond, leverage social media, create valuable content, optimize your website, email marketing, leverage AI and technology, network and collaborate, focus on testimonials and case studies. You know, so it's very broad. And what can I do with this information? It's just too much information about marketing. So what I'm saying is you have to be very specific with ChatGPT. So let me show you a more specific prompt that I'm going to give it. And this will give us better results. So now what I've typed in is digital marketing strategies for small businesses in 2024. Digital marketing strategies for small businesses in 2024. So I hit go. And now it's going to narrow my search to just digital marketing strategies. So it's going to say leverage local SEO, to boost visibility, embrace social media marketing, invest in content marketing, implement email marketing campaigns, utilize artificial intelligence and personalization. So you can see it's much more specific now. And what I like about this is now that I've gotten more specific, I can say, well, I want to know more about social media marketing. So tell me more about number 2. Okay. and it will tell me more about number two. Number two was social media marketing. Certainly, social media marketing remains a cornerstone strategy for small businesses to connect with their audiences. Um, and it's going to go and it's going to give me the different ways that I can market on social media: Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. It talks about engaging consistently. So it's telling me how to market on social media. And that's just by being more specific, right? Um, so that's digital marketing strategy. So let's look at another example. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at one more example. So I'm going to type in another prompt. And this prompt, I want you to tell me if this is a good prompt or a bad prompt. And you can type it in the chat, or you can just tell me. So tell me about climate change. Is that a good prompt or a bad prompt? What do you guys think? Raise your hands if you think if it's a good prompt, or or keep your hands. Well, maybe I don't know. Yeah, thumbs down. There you go. Thumbs down if it's a bad prompt, or thumbs up if you think it's a good prompt. Boo. Okay, Bev said boo. Brian agreed. Okay. Okay, so most of you think this is a bad prompt, and you're right. This is a bad prompt. Tell me about climate change. It's too generic. It's not specific enough. So let's go ahead and hit go on that one. And it tells me climate change refers to greenhouse effects, global warming, deforestation, major causes of climate change, effects of climate change. Now, I do have something on, so it's probably, yeah, okay, regenerate. I'm going to turn one thing off. I do have something on here, so I have a setting on. So let's just try that again. I apologize. Let's try it one more time, because I had my custom settings on. I'm going to show you how that works here later. Yeah. It's going to go through the causes of climate change, natural causes, greenhouse effects, consequences of it. So it's going to tell us all these different things about climate change. But if I was more specific, I'm getting some errors here. I'll just let that run. And if I was more specific and I put in a more specific prompt, I'll let this finish running. Yeah, so you can see it's pretty, there's a lot of information there. Where do you actually start with this information? There's a lot. It does tell me what we can do, but let me put a more specific prompt in, and I'm going to put in instead, what are the primary causes of climate change and how can we mitigate its effects? So if I type that in and then hit go, it's actually going to break it down. It's going to tell me primary causes: burning fossil fuels, deforestation, agriculture, industrial emissions, waste management. And then it gives us some natural causes as well. And then it tells us how to mitigate those effects. That's because we've been much more specific. And when you're specific with it, it gives you exactly what you're asking for. So some of the key takeaways it gives us, yeah. So it basically gives us what we asked for. The first time it gives us, we put in a generic prompt and it gave us a very generic answer. Okay. All right. So that's that. And I'm going to share my presentation here again. And I'm going to show you a few other things, and then we're going to go into something else. You guys can see the presentation again? Yep. Good, good, good. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's go to the next slide. What I want to show you, one of the very powerful things about ChatGPT is you can actually train it. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can train it to think like you, talk like you, and write like you. And this is a very powerful thing. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And I'm going to show you how to do this with what's called the TADA framework. The TADA framework, it's an acronym that stands for train. So the first T is train. So train ChatGPT. Teach ChatGPT your preferences and your needs. You're going to provide a bio, a transcript of a presentation you may have done or a podcast you've been on. So the first T is train. The next A is ask for what you want. Ask for what you want. Specify request for tailored responses. So what this means is you're gonna give it a prompt. You're gonna give it a prompt. So we're gonna give it a prompt. I'm gonna show you how to do this here in a second before we train it, and we'll give it a prompt after we that same prompt after we train, and you'll see the differences. And then the D is for dig deeper. Dig deeper. Engage in detailed, deeper conversations. So what that means is we're going to ask follow-up questions. We're going to, just like I did with when I was doing the marketing example, I asked, give me more information about social media marketing. So we're going to ask it deeper questions. The first A, or I guess this is the second A, is additional materials. So a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually create checklists. You can create quizzes and tables with ChatGPT. So maybe you want to have a table because there's so much information, you want to put that information into a table. So that's one of the things that you can do. So this is going to make your content more engaging. And then the last A is assemble it all together. This is probably one of my favorite steps because this is where you're going to put, you're basically going to create a report, or you're going to put the information in a cohesive final product. So you can do that with a PowerPoint presentation. You can do it with a Word document or even a PDF file. So this is where you're going to actually pull that information out of ChatGPT so you can make it portable and put it into an email or however you want to send that information out. So that is the TADA framework. And I'm going to walk you through this step by step. All right. I did see, oh, that must have been from earlier. I do see something in the chat. Let me just take a look at that. Yeah, can't see it. Must be coming up on a different screen. Okay, there it is. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, we're back. Okay, so that's the TADA framework. I'm going to take you through a few more slides. So training ChatGPT, we can train it, and we looked at the TADA framework. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to upload a bio and our transcripts. So what I'm going to show you, and I'll show you this in ChatGPT, I'm going to upload my bio, and I'm going to upload a transcript as well. I can't see you guys anymore. Let's see here. Let's see how I can get you back. It's very strange. Let's see if I go back one screen. Yeah, I can't see you. I know you can see me, but I can't see you. So I don't know what I can do to get you back. I think it's mixed up with my work, but yeah, I can't see. Let's see, how do I get you back? Just bear with me just a second. Okay, I got you back. There we are. All right. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Okay. Now I can see you. Okay, I see how to get you back now if that ever happens again. All right. Okay, so we're going to upload a bio and transcripts as well. And then we're going to ask ChatGPT to analyze our style and our tone as well. You'll see that here in a second. Yeah, and let's just stop there. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start a new chat. And I got to pull this up on this side. There we are. Okay. There we are. Okay. Okay. So in this chat, before I go to the bio and everything, I'm just going to put a prompt in. It's a very basic prompt. But I want to show you the power of training ChatGPT. So I'm just going to tell this, write an article on self-leadership. It's very basic. I don't recommend doing a prompt this basic, but just for these purposes, I'm going to show you this. So write an article on self-leadership. So we do that, we hit go, and we're going to get an article on self-leadership. So now, since we haven't trained it yet, it's telling us self-leadership is the art of taking intentional control of your actions, decisions, and mindset. It's a foundational personal growth, professional success, and meaningful impact, while external leadership. And so it doesn't really, it sounds okay, but it sounds more mechanical, more like a computer, you know. It tells us the pillars of self-leadership, why self-leadership matters, the practice of strong self-leadership, overcoming self-leadership challenges. Then it gives us a ripple effect of self-leadership, and then it gives us a conclusion. And that's pretty much. Now, because it remembers some things about me, it's pulling some information from me, but we can still train it to be better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload my bio and my transcripts, and I'm going to start to train ChatGPT. Okay, so let me put this prompt in here. And this prompt says, I want you to write for me as my ghostwriter. I'll share my bio and 2 transcripts. I'm going to share 3. We'll say 2 or 3 transcripts of trainings or articles to help you learn my style. Do you understand? Remember, we can talk to ChatGPT like we're talking to a person, like I said before. So we can have a conversation with it. So I said, do you understand? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my bio and my transcripts. So I will go to here and there's my bio. And then these are the transcripts that I will pull in. So those are transcripts of other trainings that I've done. And I'm pulling the bio and the transcripts in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit go. It says, yes, I understand. With your bio and these transcripts, I will ensure that the writing captures your tone and style and essence effectively. Please let me know what specific steps for the article or content you'd like me to create. I'll draft it in your style. Okay, so that's the first prompt that I've given it. Now I'm going to give it another prompt. This is prompt number 2. And this is all, I'm just training it now. I'm getting it to think and talk like me. How would you describe my writing style and tone? So you know now it has my transcripts, it has my bio, and I'm asking it, how would you describe my writing style and tone? What phrases do I often use? how do I typically start and end conversations? Okay, then I'll hit go. So now it's going to actually tell me what my writing style and tone is. So it's telling me your writing style, your writing and speaking style is engaging, motivational, and practical. Your tone is warm, encouraging, and conversational, often reflective, emphasizing personal growth and shared learning experiences. Structure, you use stories to illustrate key points, often sharing personal experiences or relatable examples. And then it tells me phrases that I use. Welcome, everyone. My name is Darren Mann. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to share something I'm really passionate about. So, this is how I start. Let me start with a quick story to illustrate. So, it's pulled that from my transcripts, and it's actually telling me how I, what some of the common phrases that I use, engaging phrases. Can I get you to put your thoughts in the chat? I actually said that to you today. So, something that I usually say. This is how I start. I usually start, you often begin with setting the stage and establishing the topic's importance. You make it personal and engaging, either by sharing a story, asking a reflective question, or framing the discussion with a powerful quote. You close with a reflection or a challenge, often trying to back it to back to the main takeaway. You like to leave your audience with a sense of purpose or call to action. Okay, so that's from those transcripts. It was able to pull my style and tone. So why is this important to you? Well, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get this to write it. I'm going to get ChatGPT to write in my style and my tone. Okay, so but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have it rewrite as if it was the first person, explaining it to my ghostwriter. So I'm going to have it rewrite this in my style and tone in the first person. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll hit go. So now it's just going to capture that information in the first person. So my writing style and tone, so it gives me that. I am warm. I often reflect my purpose. Yeah, so it's putting it into first person. The structure, how I structure. So it's doing all of this for me. Okay. Now we want ChatGPT to do this on a repetitive basis. So I want it to write like me all the time. In order to do that, what I will do, so I'll just go and let it finish. We're actually going to put this information in to ChatGPT. Okay. How I start, how I end. Okay, so we have all that there. It's now in the first person. ChatGPT only allows 1,500 characters. So I'm going to put my bio into ChatGPT, and I'm also going to put my style and tone into ChatGPT as well. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to say, please condense my bio to 1,500 characters or less. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull my bio and it's going to put that in 1,500 characters or less. I always like to check ChatGPT. I always like to make sure that it's done what it said it's going to do. Can you confirm that this is 1,500 characters or less? And it should tell me, is it 1,500 characters less? It'll take some time to count it. So what it's doing is it's going through and it's counting it up. So now it should return back. Yep, it says it says the bio is 1121 characters long. So it is well within the 1,500 character limit. So we're good. That's a good one. Now let's go to the actual style and tone. Okay. And I'm just going to take this and copy this. And I'm going to say, please condense my style and tone to 1,500 characters or less in the first person, just to make sure it's in the first person. Okay, that's important. And I'll show you why here in a second. So now it's going to do that for us. And it should write up the style and tone in 1,500 characters or less. If it doesn't, then I'll give it that command to do that. Is this all making sense to everyone? Are you following along? Is it over your head, or is it understandable?
I actually have my ChatGPT going, and I'm actually mimicking what you're doing myself.
Oh, you are? Okay, great, great, great. Yeah, so now you see it's actually put that into the first person, and it's telling me the character count is 1439. So now this is the most powerful thing. This is the thing that you really want to pay close attention to. So I'm going to go into the ChatGPT settings. It's in the top right. Just click on your name or the picture of yourself, and you're going to click on Customize ChatGPT. Customize ChatGPT. So I click on that, and I'm going to have to turn this on. And you can see I already have something in there. Let me see if it'll let me get rid of all of this. I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of this and save it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bio. This is my bio. And I'm going to copy my bio into this customized ChatGPT option here. So I'll put that in there. I know that it's fine. Now it says that it only accepts 1,500 characters. I only have 1060 for the particular bio. Now, ChatGPT will tell you, put in, these are the things that it wants you to put in. I say put in the bio. Don't necessarily pay attention to this. This trains it better when you put the actual bio in. Okay, so the bio is the first thing we're going to put in. We'll save it. And then we'll look at our style and tone. We'll copy that and put that into ChatGPT. Okay, so that goes down in the below one. So the top one is your bio. The bottom one is your style and tone. Okay, it will tell you some thought starters, but just put in the bio in the top and the style and tone in the bottom. Okay, so we've done that. We'll click on save. And now, this is the powerful thing. I'm going to run that same prompt that I did before. Okay. We are actually in the A portion. So we trained it. We've just finished training ChatGPT in the Tada framework. Now we're going to the A where we're going to ask again. All right. So we asked this before we trained it. Now we're asking the same question after we've trained it. So the question is, write an article on self-leadership. Write an article on self-leadership. So we do that, we hit go, and now it's going to rewrite that article. But the article should be now in my style and tone. It should sound like me. Self-leadership is the foundation of all great leadership. It's about taking intentional control of thoughts, actions, and goals to guide yourself towards success and fulfillment. Before you can lead others effectively, you must first lead yourself. This sounds like something that I would say, actually. This journey requires self-awareness, discipline, and commitment to growth. And then it goes on and it has some other components. Yeah, these are things that I've actually, it sounds a lot like me, actually. So it gives me 3 pillars of self-leadership, developing self-leadership skills. So it gives me that. And it will go on overcoming barriers to self-leadership. So we are now in the A where you ask ChatGPT, and it gives me the conclusion. Now we can make this article even better. And so we go into the D, into dig deeper. This is where we're going to dig deeper and ask it for more questions. So one of the things that I like to do is ask this question of ChatGPT, and that is, what information haven't I considered that could be beneficial? So I'll type that prompt in. What information haven't I considered that could be beneficial? So I'll type that in. I'll hit go. Here are some additional aspects to consider that could enhance your article or overall approach to self-leadership. So it says integrating real-life examples, the role of self-care in leadership, physical and mental health, mental well-being, tools and resources for self-leadership, challenges unique to modern leaders. So it gives me a whole bunch of different things that I can actually incorporate into this article. So what I can do is I can say it for an interest of time, I can just say incorporate number 2 and 3. Please incorporate numbers 2 and number 3. Okay. I could have been more specific and said into my article, but I think it knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so now it's going to rewrite the article, and it's actually going to put that in to my into my article, and it'll show us where that is as well. This was already there, self-discipline. So now it's given some tools, practical tools like personality assessments, DISC and Myers-Briggs, and journaling can deepen your self-awareness. So it's actually given us some tools to help us. And then it's given us some more tools, books that I can read on self-leadership, apps that I can download, workshops that I can attend. And then it talks about developing self-leadership skills. Here's another question I like to ask, and that is, what data or statistics reinforce the importance of this topic? So we're digging a little bit deeper. We're asking now for some statistics to prove that what we're saying, what this is saying, is accurate, right? So I will put that prompt in. It actually gave me an action step at the end. So I'll put that prompt in and I'll say, what data or statistics reinforce the importance of this topic? So now it's going to give me some data that reinforces this particular topic. The connection between self-leadership and performance, 26% of job satisfaction, 20% better performance, 13% increase in productivity, 17% more engaged at work. I like to see the bigger numbers, so I'm going to use the 86% of executives believes leadership development is a top priority. Yeah, and I'm just going to pull that one. I'm not going to, actually, I'll pull number 5 and 6. So I'll say, please incorporate number 5 and 6. We'll just say 6 into there. Okay, so we got that. And now it's going to put those in. It's going to put those key points in. And now you're going to see those numbers in the actual article now. So that is the D, and you can ask it all kinds of questions. You can make it even better. So here you see the 86%. Moreover, leadership development is a growing need. According to Deloitte's Global Human Capital Trends Report, 86% of executives consider leadership development a top priority. So it actually incorporate that into my article, and that is the D in the TADA framework. So the next thing I'll go to is the A. Now I could ask it more questions. I could dig even deeper if I wanted to, but that's the D. Any questions? Does that make sense to everyone? Everyone's okay? All right. So let's look at the A. So we're going to look at the A, and the A is additional material. So this is where you can use visual aids. You can use images. You can create images. So ChatGPT, as I mentioned, can create images for you. So what I'm going to ask it now is create an image that that relates to this article. Okay. So it's going to create an image that relates to this article. It's going to try to find something on self-leadership, and it's going to create that image. So let me go down. Now you see ChatGPT. You see this little uh, status indicator? It's creating the image for us. So now here is the image it's created. So it has growth mindset, self-care, and it basically has someone climbing these stairs to become a better self-leader. The image is okay. I could change that image if I wanted to, but that's the image. It's created that image for me based on self-leadership. So it has that, and it has my article as well. But now I need to pull all this information together. That's the power of ChatGPT. As I mentioned, so that's the first or the second A, additional material. The third A is assemble it all together. Assemble it all together. So we're going to put all the information together. Now, what I like to do is I like to pull this into a Word document, or you can do different things. You can pull it into a PDF. You can do different things, but I'm going to pull it into a Word document. So I'm going to say, please create a Word document with the image at top of the document and the article below. So that's what I'm going to ask it. Okay. So now what it's going to do is it's going to generate that Word document, and I'll be able to download the Word document, and I could share that with you guys if I wanted to, or I could do different things with it, right? So let's just let it do its thing, let it load. Did you know that you could do all of this with ChatGPT? Did you know that these things were possible? Yeah. It's kind of mind-blowing, everything that you can do with it. There's so many different so many different things that you can do with it. So we'll wait for this to load, and it will be with us here shortly. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just it's analyzing. Bev said, I did not. The prompts are so helpful. Okay, so there's an issue. It will try again. And so it is trying again. It's analyzing. Sometimes I notice with Word documents, it does, it, excuse me, the nice thing about ChatGPT is one of the things that it does is if it doesn't work the first time, it will try again. It will try to correct itself and try it again. Okay. Yeah, so it says the article wasn't properly defined in the first step. Let me redefine and complete the process. So it's going to try again. If it doesn't do it this time, I might try another way, but it should do it this time. It should actually create the Word document for us. Yeah. Yeah. Brian said very helpful. That was from before. And then Bev said, I did not. The additional prompts are so helpful, and the teaching is about me. My organization will be great. Okay, there it is. It created the Word document for us. It corrected itself and created the Word document. So let me show you what this Word document looks like. So I will open it and download it to my computer. And then drag it back over to that screen once it opens. Yeah, just taking a little time to load here, but once it loads it, I'll drag it over so you guys can see it and what it looks like. My computer is not the fastest right now. Almost there. But you can see the power behind ChatGPT. There's so many different purposes for it. There's so many different things that you can do with it. Um, yeah, so it's still loading. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see that? So there's our image. Not, like I said, not the greatest image, but just for demonstration purposes, you can see it. And then that's our article. It gives us all the information there. So we were able to create this all in ChatGPT, and now we can download it into a Word document and do something with that Word document. I could send that Word document to you all. And maybe I'll do that. I'll post it in the chat so you have something to remember this training by. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, here we are. So I'm going to post this in the chat. Here's the article. Self-leadership. Okay. Got that thing in the way, get that out of the way. And then we're going to finish it off after I get this in, attach the file. And here, just so that you can play with it, look at it. Now the formatting, it can do better with the formatting if I get more specific with it. But just to show you what it looks like, here is that article. There it is. So if you want to download that, you can play with it. But that's the article that we created together. So thank you. All right, so now let me just go back into our presentation. I'm going to end today's session. I'm so glad that we have an hour and 15 because I'm pushing on that time. Okay, so we've customized ChatGPT. We did that. I showed you how to do that. We enabled it for new chats. There's actually, I showed you how to do that as well. Some real life examples for ChatGPT. So you can create blogs with it. So blog post creation, that's one of the things you can do. And I just want you to start thinking outside the box now. What could I use this tool for? He showed me how to create an article. What else can I use? Email marketing. You can use it for email marketing. Speech writing. Actually, this presentation, I used ChatGPT to help me create this presentation. Not the necessarily images, but the content I use ChatGPT for. Yeah. Let's see, social media content. So you can use it for social media content. I use it for that. You can use it for educational content. And you can also use it for technical documentation. As I think I mentioned, I'm a project manager. So when I'm writing those technical documents, project charters, and project plans, I use ChatGPT to help me with that. Once you know how to use it, you're going to start to see, oh, I can use it for this. And I would say use it in those everyday sort of scenarios. I use it for emails. And so use it for those everyday scenarios. And the more you use it, the better you're going to get at it. Okay. Some bonus features that I want to show you. So ChatGPT can create presentations. I didn't show you that, but it can. And there's another tool called gamma.app that you can use to create presentations. I'm going to show you that one really quick. And then the last thing that I want to show you, and you can scan the QR code for this one, Fathom AI for meeting minutes. So let's say you're having a meeting. You can use Fathom AI to capture the meeting minutes. It will capture the minutes for you, summarize them for you, and this is a free tool. So I highly recommend that you get this tool. I use it all the time. I use it when I join meetings. It captures the meeting minutes, it captures the transcript, and actually put that transcript in the ChatGPT, and summarize the meeting minutes. Okay. All right. So let me show you really quickly Gamma.app. This is a very powerful tool. Gamma.app, and you can get to it from your browser. Go to Gamma.app. And what I'm going to do is that article that we just created, I'm going to create a presentation from that article. Okay, so if I click on Create New, I'm in leadership. I have a lot of leadership stuff, as you can see. So there's different ways you can do it. I could paste text into here. I can generate it with a prompt, or I can import. We're going to import because we already have the file created. And I'm just going to, so I could do a Google slide, I could do a web page, a blog. In this case, I have a Word document. So I'm just going to import that Word document into Gamma.app, and it's going to create a presentation for us. Okay, that's in the downloads folder. So I'm going to grab that. I'm uploading the file. The file is being uploaded. And now it's asking me, do I want to create a presentation, a web page, a document, or social media? In our case, I'm going to use the presentation option. It's going to configure, it's going to do its thing. And just for interest of time, I'm just going to cut it down to well, it says 6 slides. So it's going to create 6 slides. You remember that image? It actually pulled the image in for us, and now it has all of the content. So it's going to create six slides with this content. Pretty powerful. Now what it's doing is it's asking me, pick a theme. What theme do you want to use? I found the other day you can actually use custom themes as well. So you can actually put your own themes in here. But for this purpose, we'll pick one of these themes. I really like this theme here, this orbit. I really like this one. So I'll pick that one and I'll generate. Now, how long does it take you to create a presentation? Probably a couple hours, maybe a half a day if you looked at it. This is going to take us minutes to create this presentation. We're going to get a presentation, 6 slides in probably less than a minute if we were to count. Mastering self-leadership, your keys to growth. It creates the images for us as well. So it's creating the presentation that has an image as well. And then it goes through the importance of self-leadership. It's going to create an image for that slide as well. So this is the second slide. Look at how fast this is actually creating this presentation. Now, we may have to make some tweaks and adjustments, but this is a lot better than having to do this from scratch, right? So now it's on slide number 3, slide number 4. Like I said, this is probably less than a minute. This is just so amazing what this technology can do. Self-care and self-leadership. So you remember these things in the article, but it's just pulled out some of the important points and put it into this presentation. It talks about some of the books that you can use, and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Mindset by Carol Dweck. It tells us the different types of workshops that we should be involved in, and then the ripple effects of self-leadership. Lead yourself. And I think that's the last slide. So that probably took us, maybe, I don't know, maybe a minute, and I don't know, but it was pretty quick. And my computer is not the fastest. So if you have a really fast computer, it's even faster than that. You can get it done in about 30 seconds. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, some of the pictures aren't great, but you can actually change those. These are all AI generated images. So these are not images that have been created before. These were just created for this presentation. Amazing. So that is that, and I'm going to do a few more things, and then we're going to end for today. That is Gamma.app. Gamma.app, you can get to it from your browser. So in conclusion, embrace the AI revolution. leverage ChatGPT, other tools like Gamma.app. They transform communication and content creation. Take action and harness the power of AI. I just want to thank everyone for joining today. I would suggest that you start dabbling with ChatGPT by using it for emails and everyday tasks that you would use it for. Get familiar with it and use the tool. That's what I recommend. So, are there any questions? Are there any questions that anyone has? And I don't know if there's something in the chat, but are there any questions?
I have one. Just really specific to the presentation. So then it's a Gamma presentation. I don't then download it into PowerPoint. It's just a different kind of program that I'm using instead of PowerPoint.
Yeah, so you can actually download it into PowerPoint. So you create it in Gamma, and then you can export it to PowerPoint.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. And you can actually put notes in it, and the notes will be downloaded into PowerPoint as well.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on vacation because I'm going to have so much time now.
There you go. All right. Brian says, great presentation, lots to digest. Great, great. I'm glad. Anything else? Any other questions? Any thoughts? Is your mind blown? I know mine was when I first saw all of this stuff. Everyone's digesting the information.
Thank you so much, Darren, for doing this. This was great. Can you let everybody know how they can get in contact with you after if they want to reach out?
I have one more slide and I'll show all of that information. So this is, as you know, this is me. You can get in contact with me. My email is there. My website is there. My Facebook and my LinkedIn. So you can take a picture of that. Also, as another bonus, if you scan the QR code, what I'm going to do is I will give you the 2 books and another bonus, the TADA framework in a step-by-step checklist. Because I know it was a lot to kind of take in and you're trying to follow along, but I'm going to give you a checklist that you can follow along with the TADA framework. That'll be a part of, if you scan this QR code in, you'll get that and the 2 books. Yeah, so that is me. And if there's, I really want your feedback as well. So when you scan this QR code in, you'll be able to provide your feedback and how I did, and give me some positive feedback as well as far as testimonials. That would be so much appreciated. And please do get in contact with me. I do sessions like this on a regular basis, and think of ways that one of the things that I want to leave you with is in your business, if you have, you know, some areas where you're doing repetitive tasks and it's taking you a long time to get it done, think about how you can use AI so that those repetitive tasks can be automated. So think of ways that you can automate those repetitive tasks. Not only just tasks where you can save time, but also think about how you can save money as well. When you save time, you also save money. And so I'd be willing to help you with that. Get in contact with me, and I'll be more than willing to help. So Samantha, back over to you.
I will also send all of this out in an email following this workshop so that everybody has that, as well as the recording. So if there are no more questions, Darren, again, thank you so much. This was great, and hope everybody learned lots. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Thanks so much, Darren. I'm a rep from the chamber as well. So I wanted to make sure you were happy with how everything went today. Everything was good. You're satisfied with the turnout and the engagement?
Oh yeah, it was good. It was. I had some issues on my side, but that had nothing to do with you guys. I usually use Zoom when I do these sessions, but no, I thought it turned out really well. So thank you guys for coordinating.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Samantha, did you have anything for me or anything else? Oh, you're on mute.
We're in the same room today. Our office is being painted, so we're sitting across the table from one another.
Oh, I see.
And so there's a lot of feedback going on. Yeah, I think everybody, it was well received. People definitely learned a lot. So
Good.
that was
Good.
great.
Good.
Can you email me all of that contact information that you presented on the
Sure.
slide there?
Yep.
Okay, that'd be great.
Will do.
Great.
Will do.
All
All
right.
right.
Thanks
so
again,
much,
Darren.
Samantha. Thank you, Taylor. And let me know if there's anything else I can do to help, Samantha.
Absolutely. You and likewise. Take care.
Okay. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.